sleeping all the way around. It isn't just like, okay, in a store you see just the front, you don't tend to really look at it. This is...
We are literally in a hermetically sealed set. You could see this is like a glass fish tank, so we are completely isolated from the manufacturing floor. So that's why you could see these guys out here. We did that so you could enjoy everything. You could see what we do to make the products you enjoy, and because otherwise we'd have to break down our production if we were going to film a show. But now you're seeing actual production while we're doing this show.
So we'll take you on a little tour later on. All kinds of things happening. We should probably dive in because it's going to be a super busy night. And we love to start these shows because a lot of you are starting to anticipate bedtime. And there's so many millions of people that have trouble falling asleep. And what I love about what you bring us to start off our show tonight, nighttime, is a natural way to help our bodies gently fall asleep.
But even better, we often start our evening show mentioning nighttime. But this time, it's not just at special pricing, it's at monthly special pricing.
Great.
So it's effectively what our monthly specials have become, because they've become so popular, is they've become really like an additional Today special. So if you look at the pricing on nighttime, and we also have valerian available, we also have melatonin, we have products relating to sleep and relaxation, because December is a month when sleep and relaxation for many of us go out the window. So this is an opportunity to try any of those products. Our nighttime, we'll talk about valerian in a moment. We'll talk about melatonin as well briefly. But all of these products deliver an opportunity. Also, we'll talk about our chamomile tea and our chamomile with mint tea, but all at monthly special pricing. And our nighttime product is a product that it's evolved over the years. We've continued to make it better. What it's designed to do is to deliver you the tools to provide natural relaxation so you could go to sleep on your own. The moment you take a drug or a medicine that knocks you out, it's bypassing your normal capacity to go to sleep, which becomes habit forming, which can have you feeling not particularly well the next morning. This is a product that no hangover in the morning, delivers the tools to gently, naturally relax you so you could go to sleep as you used to be able to go to sleep. And most of us, when we were younger, that was an easier process.
Exactly. Let me show you what the choices are. Everything is special priced for you. For this one-day visit, holiday pricing, free shipping and handling on everything. The larger choices are always on FlexPay for you. So let me show you quickly what the choices are here. You decide if you want to pick up the 60, the 180, or the 360 count. Here is our regular HSN pricing. Here's your savings today. This is our special pricing for this visit only. So the beauty of this in a nutshell is so many people have trouble falling asleep. I don't know about you, but without a good night's sleep, I can't even function. I don't even feel like myself if I don't get my proper good night's sleep. And on a night like this, like tonight, for example, because I'll be wide awake when I get home from work and we'll get back to the hotel and I'll want to unwind a little bit. This is the best way. I take my nighttime and about 30 minutes later, I am sound asleep. I sleep like a baby. There is no hangover, which is the beauty of this. It's completely natural, which is great. So it may not be something you take every single night, but on those nights when you're having trouble falling asleep or you want to fall asleep more quickly, this is a wonderful tool to have at your bedside that you will rely on for that good, healthful night's sleep.
As I had mentioned when I was on air back in October that I was going to France with Muriel, seeing her family, and Muriel is taking a pâtisserie course in France. Pâtisserie is challenging, but that's why she's actually in France right now.
That's exciting.
But that's when I travel, it's 9-hour time difference. I actually just got back, so 9-hour time difference is kind of challenging. And that's when I use nighttime. Otherwise, I'm someone who goes to sleep pretty much at the drop of a hat. But when there's jet lag, it gets difficult. But I just wanted to show something that you don't see in other products like this, and it just shows the respect we have for these ingredients, because in order for them to work, you have to show them sort of this technical and biochemical respect. Our 5-HTP from Griffonia simplificolia extract, that's a mouthful. Valerian root is standardized for valerianic acids, hops for alpha bitter acid, passion flower standardized for Vitexin, passion flower standardized for Vitexin, chamomile standardized for apigenin glycosides. So what we do, every ingredient that we use of botanicals, and you can go to all of the formulas that I make, they're all standardized extracts, meaning that we just don't dry a botanical. We just don't dry a fruit or a vegetable. Say if you went for our fruitful antioxidants or our cruciferous vegetables extracts, or our spice of life, our spice extracts. Every single botanical, in order for it to be meaningfully delivered to you, has to be standardized for its most important active component. That's the only assurance that you have that that product is going to work. And that's the respect that we need to show those ingredients and the respect we need to show you if this product is going to be consistently reliable. Otherwise, if it's just some dried leaves thrown into a bottle, it's really not going to reliably deliver any of the benefits you seek.
Oh, look how far we've come. That was a year ago. I think we're wearing the version of the same outfit.
Pretty close. No, different tie, different shirt.
And this is a different grey jacket, I have to tell you. It's been a wonderful year, though. I enjoy doing these, and tonight's a big event. Your 21st anniversary.
For us, it's always a great way to, because I notice after we do these shows, after we do a weekend of shows, there are so many questions that we receive at my company. There's so many questions that crop up. So it's just a perfect opportunity for us to start answering those questions. And as you said a moment ago, we'll actually take some calls. We haven't done that for 15 years. And the only reason I don't take calls is because with testimonials, we were getting calls about curing diseases and things like that. And of course, supplements aren't for that reason. And rather than risk, as wonderful those calls might be, rather than risk misleading someone with those kinds of calls, we stopped, for legal reasons, stopped taking calls. But for purposes of taking questions, and of course, don't make any medical claims, please, I'm happy. I love taking calls. It's my favorite thing.
Well, folks, it's open to you. Our phone lines are open, 1-866-376-8255. Shall we head over to the first one?
Sure. I'm going to take my tea with me.
Tea, we have a microphone with us.
Yes, I'm all ready to go. I've only been doing this for almost 30 years. You'd figure I'd remember to put a microphone on.
Well, it's the end of a very big weekend and a big month for Andrew's 21st anniversary.
Well, I like calling it my 21st birthday.
Yes! It's forever young.
I haven't said that for a long time, so I figure I'll take advantage of it.
Well, we are going to take full advantage of some amazing specials, of course, because they are all on special. But tonight is not really about price. It's more about you. And that's what we enjoy to do.
And especially, what my goal really, and there's a list of questions that we have here.
Yes.
I'm just going to start answering questions. The first two products we'll talk about, we have the calcium magnesium intensive care. And then in a moment, we'll talk about the vitamin K2 MK7. Whether you take calcium or not, vitamin K2 MK7, because we get calcium in our diet, must be taken. To me, it's one of the most important things we can contemplate taking. Vitamin K2 isn't like vitamin K1, which is about clotting, so it's very, very important. Our calcium magnesium intensive care, most important thing to know is the typical unpleasantness of a calcium or a calcium magnesium supplement that makes it difficult on your stomach, hard to digest. Many cause constipation, things like that. Mine does not. It's easy to swallow, easy to digest, it's instantly soluble, so it makes all those bad issues go away.
Also available, we have phytoceramides for you tonight, and this is also being offered at very special holiday pricing with free shipping and extra flex space.
We'll keep that graphic up on phytoceramides. We're going to do a little tour of the facility here, but we'll keep that graphic up. Phytoceramides is the molecule that your body produces in greatest abundance to naturally moisturize your skin. Slathering things on the outside of your body doesn't affect the moisture content of the cells that determine how moisturized your skin really is. Phytoceramides, along with omega-3 fatty acids and other fatty molecules, determine even cholesterol, determines the moisturization of that skin. So phytoceramides is something, if you deliver them orally, your body can then deliver them to those critical tissues in your skin. So we're going to do a little tour.
Stephen calls this my I Love Lucy outfit.
You're going to do the Veggie Vita mix?
Yes. I'm going to do the candy conveyor belt.
And yes, we're not going to put you to work. No.
Okay.
You haven't been adequately trained.
Okay, here we go.
But now we look lovely here. There we go.
Okay.
That's
Tuck
a
it all
lovely
in.
look.
I want to get.
Yes.
Okay. So
here we go.
we get
Are you
to
ready?
take a little tour.
So we're going to do a tour of our facility.
Okay.
The lower half of our facility, because actually our phytoceramides are made upstairs.
Okay.
Our phytoceramides are a small soft gel. The phytoceramides are oily. They're in a soft gel capsule. That's made upstairs.
Okay.
So the entire upstairs is dedicated to phytoceramide production.
Okay.
What we're seeing here, this is our large high-speed bottling line. That's our smaller, lower-speed bottling line over there.
Okay.
Behind over here, this is where we put powders into packets. This is our powder fill line for powders going into packets. Here's some Choco Nouveau.
Right.
Moments ago,
Isn't that the
I
tea room?
talked about the fact that we're going to be running out of chamomile tea. So this is where we'll be making chamomile tea, in here. So that's our tea machine. It's an amazing machine. It's such a small footprint, so compact, but that's the most sophisticated tea making machine from Japan.
Amazing.
Which you'd figure
Cool.
if you're going to be getting a sophisticated machine for making tea, where do you think you'd go?
Right.
To Japan.
Exactly.
So this is really our production floor here.
Okay.
There's a
Bottling
warehouse
line.
behind. Our facility is like a sandwich, with all of our production taking place in the middle, and our inbound warehouse on one side. So that's all the inbound materials on one side.
Okay.
And then in the middle is all the production.
Nice.
And then the outbound warehouse on the other side.
Makes sense.
So as you can see
Perfect.
here, these are some raw materials before they go to QA because nothing gets put in a product until it gets analyzed.
Right.
Here is, again, that's the back of our powder fill line. But here are our 3 small blenders, which obviously they are not small, but these are our small blenders. And these blenders, as you can see, they rotate. And that's the most effective way to
That's hilarious
mix
that these are the
powders.
small blenders.
These are small, yes. And that's part of the reason over time that we've been able to lower prices is because by introducing the larger blenders, we became more efficient. Because every blend we do, we have to analyze the powder going in, analyze the powder going out. It's very costly in terms of all the analytical steps. But if we could do one big blend, then that becomes more
Makes
cost
sense.
efficient and we can make the products more affordable.
Look at how huge. This is it's
And obviously you
250,000
see-
square feet here?
Yep.
Jeez.
So obviously these are the bottles. So this is the warehouse where the raw materials come in, among them packaging.
Okay.
So you're looking at bottles that will eventually be filled with product. Everything goes to be analyzed by our quality staff before it's used in any product. So as we're walking along here, now we're going to be walking by our 2,
Something
what I
smells
call,
good.
because we're doing secure.
That's it. I
These
smell
are our
chocolate.
2 behemoth blenders. These blenders are 300
Oh my God.
cubic feet. This one's 300
size
cubic
of
feet.
that.
And if you look at the tolerances there, when Matt built this and installed this, my buddy, when he installed this, there literally are, we're talking tolerances of about 1/4 of an inch,
That, guys.
of fractions of an inch.
Amazing. And so to fill it, somebody is upstairs
Filling
right?
it. There's
Filling.
a scale built into the floor.
Oh, okay.
So everything, because we account for every gram of material.
Okay.
So, and then as we walk here, and obviously everything is computer driven.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, and this is our 150 cubic foot blender.
Wow.
So this blender literally is 3 times larger than our biggest blender before. Obviously that one's 6 times larger. So, and when it comes to making our products, it enables us to be so much more efficient.
Sure.
And here,
And that's where they're making secure in
we're
here?
making secure here.
Oh, it smells so
Because
good.
I smell it's
Oh,
either chocolate
yum.
or coffee
Yep.
that we're making. I think it's coffee
Smells
that I
delicious.
smell. So this is our high-speed powder filling line, where we put powdered products like Secure, like our marine collagen peptides. We put those into bottles here. So, and again, it's I mean, everything we do is 100% pure. It's additive free. It's this is a special room where we put things that are more temperature sensitive.
Okay.
Like we put our Secure, we put our Choco Nouveau.
Oh, okay.
So it's a much cooler room.
Nice.
Our entire facility is cooled into about 74, 75 degrees, but that room is in the 60s.
Okay.
So we keep it even cooler. And here we go. This is now where we do sort of our dosage formulation. So this is where we're putting powders into capsules. So all of these rooms along this hallway all have capsule machines in them. So when you get your Essential 1, when you get your Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails, that will be filled in capsules in these rooms. That's a machine over there. I used to run a machine like this when I first started the company. We're talking 38 years ago. I would run a machine like this myself because for several years, the only person who ever filled a capsule, if you bought my products over 30 years ago, was me.
Isn't that amazing?
So that's, and again, this is where the capsule, you put the capsules in here, the powders go in there. These rings hold the capsules. They come down, and then you separate the rings. The capsules are open. The powder popper will come across, fill half the capsule, then you put the rings back together. And so this is technology from over 100 years
Wow.
ago. Modern version of it.
Come a long
but
way,
that's
baby.
how we basically make all our products. And of course,
Incredible.
every room has a computer, so everything we do is weighed, it's checked, it's double checked, and it's all entered into a computer.
Wow.
So that's it. So it's a wonderful, for me, we just had our holiday party last night.
Oh, you did?
So for me, I walk around this facility and I'm always in awe that
Yeah, it's like a finely tooled machine. It's so
how did this
clean
happen?
in here too. Oh my gosh.
But it's always this clean. We don't specially clean it for the holidays. It's always this clean.
Right.
And so, and this is, everyone who gets my products should realize that the only reason this facility exists, of course we've endeavored to make the best products in the world, but your loyalty to our products is the only reason this company exists, because I don't have a marketing budget, we're not out advertising, so the only reason we're successful is because you have allowed us to be.
For those wondering, Andrew is the same off camera as he is on camera. He is a man of great, not only credibility, but authenticity. And you are very genuine and authentic in what you do.
Well, that's very nice. As I've said, I would never be a talented actor. So with me, it's kind of what you see is what you get. So, and fortunately, when we're doing this is what I do best. This is what I know best. So this is.
You never thought you would be on TV, though. You never imagined you'd be stuck here.
When I originally went to QVC 27 years ago, and it was the then EVP of merchandising at QVC, who eventually became their CEO and chairman. And I said, and they decided they wanted to do my products, and I said, well, now let's find a celebrity to go on air. And he said, well, if you want your products on air, you're the only person going on air. And I insisted, I do not do that. I make my products. My role is science. I'm not someone who goes on television. And his name is Doug Briggs. And thank goodness for Doug Briggs, because if Doug Briggs had not insisted that I do that, I would never have found what I think is really what I should be doing in life.
Well, it's real. It's the real thing. There's so much hype in the world today, and you can see, I mean, a lot of us now, we wake up to it day and night, and it feels artificial. I think we're fed up of it. You know what I mean?
I think. And I was just talking about this earlier as I was driving over here. I think our society, if just education became more available to all of us, no matter what standard of living we had, no matter where we find ourselves, that changes everything. So I think to the extent my little world here is health, that as long as I educate and inform, I at least take that little part of our life that pertains to health, and I empower us to make good decisions. As I always say, and Lincoln knows this show's about to end. He's uncanny. But I always say that the most important thing I provide isn't my products. It's not important to get my products. It's important to get information that pertains to your health. And to the extent I provide objective, reliable information for your health, then these shows are important, relevant, and empowering. And I encourage everyone, we talk about the internet as being a two-edged sword. There is a great volume of wonderful, inspiring information you could find on the internet in terms of being healthier. Hopefully not in terms of frightening us when you start researching all sorts of diseases, but hopefully in terms of making good, healthy decisions.
There will be 3 sizes, a 60, a 120, or a 240 cap supply. So those are the 3 choices for the Valerian 250. Here is the regular HSN pricing. Today we have anniversary pricing. In fact, everything is special price for the anniversary. Everything is free shipping and handling. So this is the greatest time to be shopping and stocking up on your favorite Andrew products. Here's your savings. But Valerian is not something, I haven't talked about this with you in quite a while.
Originally we were going to talk about nighttime, which is our gentle product for sleep. You could find it at hsn.com. We'll talk about that tomorrow evening, or perhaps next week, and we'll talk about nighttime. But the reason why I talked about this, I try to really plan these shows based upon what you request I talk about. And one of the most common things I've been hearing on sort of an ongoing basis for the last several months is how to deal with stress. Stress, anxiety, all the challenges in daily life. It seems like our news is no longer something we listen to. Our news almost assaults us.
It's stressful. It's stressful.
It's a very stressful world we seem to be living in now, more so than ever. So Valerian is a natural product. It's a natural tool that's been used for centuries. a traditional remedy to help us deal with stress, to help us deal with all the little issues that come up every day and can be so challenging. And now it seems like the backdrop of our daily life, whether it's because we have a smartphone that's feeding us news, whether we're receiving all of that news by newspaper, online, whatever it might be. It just seems like we're bombarded with issues that make our lives even more stressful than they would be ordinarily, and life can be stressful ordinarily. So valerian is a natural tool to help us contend with stress, and that's what the product was used for traditionally, and what science has validated as being not just something that we talk about traditionally, but also science has validated these benefits in terms of using valerian.
Exactly. And you know, the fun thing about it is when you order Andrew's valerian or any other product, period, you're buying the best available in the world. That's what I love more than anything about what Andrew does for us. We're celebrating your 21st anniversary, which I can't even believe it's been 21 years since you've been coming here. Oh my gosh.
When I was writing my little blog post for today, in it I had written that I've been here for 21 years, and I said that, it was strange, I had put in there that it was 38 years since I started my company.
Wow.
And then I read it after it was already posted and published. I read it, I go, oh my goodness, I made a mistake. How it can't be 38 years. And then I thought back, oh my goodness, it has been 38 years since I started my company. So yes, we're older than I thought I was.
Isn't that crazy as you get older? Because do you feel older? Like, I know I've been in TV 33 years, which shocks me. I've been here 23, but in TV 33 years, and that shocks me that I've been doing this that long.
No, I don't. If I watch old video of myself from back, watch video of myself back when I was on QVC 27 years ago. I sound exactly the same. I don't look that much different, but I definitely do look different. But you know, we're all going to age, and as they always say, it's sort of trite, but it beats the alternative. And I think that's what a lot of the products I offer speak to, is that as long as we're going to be sticking around, let's try to do it as best we can. Let's try to age as gracefully as we possibly can. When it comes to valerian, I mean, this is just a product. There's all sorts of things we could do otherwise in terms of reducing caffeine consumption. Try to learn to breathe more deeply and relax throughout the day. A lot of these fitness bands that we might have little reminders about breathing and relaxation, taking a moment to walk around and taking a break from our routine. But we need to break away from the endless news cycle. That is going to be the end of us. So, and valerian is just a nice, gentle tool to help contend with a very challenging world.
This is the one we don't get to talk about all that often. It's a vitamin C 500 complex. We have 4 choices, so I'll show you that real quickly. You decide, again, a lot of us wait for these visits, and we do buy the biggest bottles because we take it every day. And if you're taking Andrew's vitamin C, this is a great day to stock up.
This is basically a today's special for vitamin C.
$7.20 for $69.90?
It's
holy moly.
It's sort of like the reason why I did this.
That's a steal.
It shows how sophisticated everyone is who uses my products, that it's well known that if you want to synthesize collagen, when you're doing the work of synthesizing collagen, so if your body is in getting the marine collagen peptides, it's playing its role as a signaling protein, signaling the increased synthesis of those collagen peptides that we need in our body. Our body needs vitamin C to synthesize collagen. So that's a request that I've seen. I've even seen requests for adding vitamin C, adding a little biotin to the marine collagen peptides. So today we're doing effectively, we probably just have enough for this one airing. Hopefully we have a little bit more, but we thought we'd do this just before we were running out of the marine collagen peptides. We'd make available vitamin C, because for many people, and especially at 500 milligrams, this is non-acidic vitamin C. Even if you took a handful of these, they're not going to upset your stomach. Vitamin C is typically acidic and problematic for most people. Not my vitamin C. It's completely non-acidic. It's pH neutral, like the pH of water. And also it also delivers citrus bioflavonoids as well, so you get a natural cofactor with our vitamin C. So it's mild, gentle on your stomach, easy to swallow, ultra-fine powder, and it's the vitamin C that we all need to engage in our normal collagen synthesis. And sadly, the way we eat in America, as much as we know that vitamin C is important, we still don't get adequate amounts of it in our diet.
I don't remember the last time we've actually offered it as on TV like this.
We typically do this this maybe once a year toward the winter season, because many people load up on vitamin C for their immune system, which it just shows again. With vitamins, with the products I make, there are no side effects. There's just side benefits. So when you're taking vitamin C for collagen synthesis, you're also getting it for your immune system. So when you're talking about these essential nutrients, unfortunately, that we're not getting from our diet, you just get a long list of benefits beyond the intention that you might have when you acquire the product in the first place.
That's so great. So come on in. We're busy. A lot of you are stocking up today. There's so many great benefits. And if you're going to take vitamin C, this is the vitamin C product you want to be taking. You always hear us talk about the fact that virtually every single one of Andrew's products is a customer pick. They are soft, small capsules. They are easy to swallow. This will not upset your stomach. That's why, again, you look forward to taking these vitamins. If you want to be taking vitamin C, this is the vitamin C that you should be taking. And the good news today is that Andrew has it as at a very special price. I can't believe that you can buy 720 capsules for only $69. Let me show you one more time. This is amazing. You're saving almost half off the largest one if you're going for that 720 supply. But check it out. The 360, same deal here. You're saving 30. Our price today is only $44.90. The 180, look at that. You're saving 17. And the 60, you can get 60 home and try it if you'd like to. It's $12.90. These two are on FlexPay for you, so you can take advantage of the flex payments and stock up on your vitamin C. If you're not taking Andrew's yet, if you're not taking this yet, this is the time to do it. And I do love that what you're sharing with us, it works hand in hand with the marine collagen peptides. Well, it's going to help to synthesize that.
Our own synthesis of collagen, if you simply look at that biochemical process in our body, requires vitamin C. It's part of that process within our body. And when you look at the large size here, it's for the most sophisticated vitamin C in a small, easy to swallow capsule, ultrafine powder. I'll open a capsule here, and we can see it's like dust.
Get that.
That's why, and what's great, I'll read some reviews here. I don't think I've ever read reviews on our vitamin C, but for less than $0.10 a capsule, it's about half its normal price. So it's a great opportunity if you're focusing on marine collagen peptides. This just even makes it easier for your body to go about doing what it wants to do and needs to do in terms of collagen synthesis. It is 1/3 of all the protein in our body is collagen protein. Our body needs to constantly be replenishing it, remodeling it, and marine collagen is the raw material, the signaling protein, and with vitamin C you get a vital component in terms of that endogenous synthesis as well. But if we read some reviews here, the best vitamin C. I've been taking high doses of vitamin C for many years. This product is the first vitamin C complex in my experience that does not cause any stomach disturbances, even in high doses. I'll never run out again. I ran out of your vitamin C capsules and decided to wait until you were on again to order them on sale. Instead, I purchased some vitamin C from the supermarket. What a mistake. The burning in my stomach was awful, even if I took the store brand with a full meal.
Wow.
I ordered your vitamin C 500 complex again, and I'm back in stomach heaven again. I have digestive issues, and anything acidic burns so badly. Thankfully, your vitamin C capsules are so gentle and so easy on my stomach. Don't ever stop making them, and thank you so much, Andrew, from Jasmine in Arizona.
I bet a lot of people can relate to that.
That pH neutrality also means it's enhanced in terms of absorption.
Yep.
Your body has an easier time absorbing something that isn't highly acidic.
Makes sense.
I keep coming back. There's no question that I love this product. I keep reordering it. Doctors told me I need to take a good vitamin C supplement in addition to my regular multivitamin because of certain health issues I have. One of my problems is that I no longer absorb vitamin C normally. This is the only brand that actually shows an improvement in the level of vitamin C in my system.
Wow.
When the doctors do their tests. Finally, a vitamin C that delivers.
Isn't that great?
It's the best vitamin C. I love this product. No acid feeling, perfect. It's the highest quality part of my daily life. Andrew Lessman's products are the best. Honestly, integrity and honesty, integrity, and the highest quality. I take these products every day and feel better than ever, and that is saying something big. I recommend Andrew's products to my loved ones. Need I say more? From Betty in Oregon.
Well said, Betty.
And again, you will not find a better vitamin C on the product, and probably a more affordable vitamin C that's this level of quality. Again, pH neutral, won't upset your stomach, small, easy to swallow capsule, delivers the benefits you seek.
There we go. I know we're going to be wrapping this up in a moment. If you want the 720, I'm double checking here. I mean, for $69 to get 720 capsules.
Less than a dime a capsule.
Unbelievable
and
value
no shipping and handling.
And
yes.
you heard what a couple of those reviews had to say. I mean, keep in mind that a lot of people have bad experiences with vitamin C because it is so highly acidic.
It's ascorbic acid.
That's right.
And ours is a fully reacted mineral ascorbate. It's fully reacted calcium ascorbate. So it's absolutely pH neutral.
Isn't that
it
great?
will not upset your stomach at all.
HSN, we're celebrating a better you. Because healthy is more than just eating right. It's finding balance and treating yourself to a life well lived. Find your Zen-spiration. From a healthy mind to a healthy home, it's time to feel good, inside and out. Because we believe healthy is happy. Live well and be happy with the health and wellness experts at HSN.
This is exciting. This is for the birthday.
Yes.
We have two of many of our favorites. This is right up there in our big favorites of things we take every day. And we're doing this in a special way. We're going to talk about cinnamon. We're going to talk about cranberry benefits. If you decide to order both, whatever size you're getting, you're going to get an additional savings. So for example, most of us are going to go with a 240 size. If you order a 240 size, check this out, of the cranberry benefits, and then you decide to order a 240 size of the cinnamon, you're going to get $20 off the cinnamon.
The already special price.
The already special price. So the cinnamon becomes $29.90 if you order for $49.90 the cranberry.
Or they both become $39.90.
Exactly. However you want to look at it.
But so we did this once before. I think we did it with fruitful antioxidant extracts and cruciferous vegetable extracts, and it was surprising. We ended up the response was astounding.
Yeah.
So we figured these are two products that have become extremely popular in the last several years, and I just thought it would be a great way to get them into even more people's hands, because these are two products when it comes to, say, cinnamon, in terms of having another tool to help manage our blood sugar metabolism, our glucose metabolism, insulin metabolism. It's an incredible, wonderful, natural gift. And then in terms of cranberry and urinary tract health, and these two products both have just remarkable reviews in terms of being close to perfection, about 95% positive reviews. I think cranberry is about 4.6 or
4.8 on the cranberry and
so
4.7 on the cinnamon.
So
huge
as you can see,
picks.
Almost all the reviews are 5-star and 4-star reviews.
Yep.
If you look there on the cinnamon, all but 30 or 40 reviews are 4 or 5 stars, and about 90% of the reviews are 5-star reviews. So
Yep.
they're both incredibly well-reviewed products. When it comes to the cinnamon, you get to see the benefits firsthand. And it's something that for decades I looked for an ingredient that could help support in terms of blood sugar metabolism and insulin metabolism. And the best I could always say was to make sure you're getting adequate levels of your B vitamins, make sure you're getting adequate levels of trace minerals. There wasn't a specific ingredient that I could really describe specific studies and specific benefits in terms of those attributes. But cinnamon is that now. So if you want an extra tool to work with your doctor to manage something that's incredibly important, then cinnamon is it. If you want a daily tool to help support and promote the best health of your urinary tract, bladder, kidneys, then without a doubt it's cranberry. It's been recognized as such for more than 1,000 years. The science is now crystal clear that it delivers these benefits. So you get an opportunity to get either one of these at great pricing today. And if you decide to get the same size, and whether it's a 60 and a 60 or a 240 and a 240, you save additional.
There we go. I'm going to show you what the choices are. As you call in to order or as you log on to hsn.com, I shop with my phone. That's the way I shop here. If you have not downloaded the app yet, it literally takes a minute. And it is so easy to shop on that app. So usually it's just a buy now, click. It's so easy. Today, right now, they're asking to type in an item number. So it's 093534. So if you're on hsn.com or if you are on your phone ordering, you do it, they're going to ask you to put that item number in 093534, and then you just decide the size you want. So I'll show you what the sizes are real quickly. It's a 30, a 60, a 120, or a 240 cap supply. So you choose the size. And then remember, so for example, if this is the cranberry benefits, now if you decide you want cinnamon and cranberry, if you order the 240 here and then you order the 240 in the cinnamon, this is not going to be $49. It's going to be $29.90, or as you said, $39 a bottle.
You save an extra $20
right.
when you put the two together.
So the smallest one, if you order two together, we're going to take another $5 off. The 60 cap size, if you order both together, we're going to take another $7 off. The 120 cap size, if you order both, we're going to take another $12 off. And then this is where the big saving comes in. You're going to get $20 off if you get, so most of us are going to stock up on our 240s today because that's huge.
And it's a product that what I would highly recommend, and I'll speak about each of these ingredients, but what I highly recommend is read the reviews, or even go online and look into the research on cinnamon bark extract or cranberry extract. Cinnamon bark extract in terms of blood sugar metabolism, in terms of glucose metabolism, insulin metabolism. This is an ingredient that the first that was given the respect that it deserves in terms of that property. But and we'll talk about berberine. Maybe we'll do, I don't know if I have, maybe get a graphic almost of berberine at the bottom. Because berberine is another ingredient we have that berberine also offers support in terms of, and that's a very recent, because cinnamon, the research has been coming out for about 7 or 8 years. We introduced our cinnamon product about 3 or 4 years ago. Berberine is something we introduced just over a year ago.
Oh, interesting.
So we'll hopefully get the graphic up for that.
Yeah, we'll pop that up for you at the bottom of the screen. You can order that.
But then of course, cranberry. We've known about cranberry for a long time, but I'm not sure if everyone realizes the extent to which cranberry has been exposed or been subjected to medical study, clinical study, demonstrating that it actually works. And not only does it work in terms of the health of our bladder, kidneys, urinary tract, but they actually know why and how it works. And I always say that when it comes to science, it's not sufficient in my mind to just observe something. When it comes to science, you need to observe something and you need to understand and attribute a mechanism to how it's working. And with cranberry, they know exactly how it works in terms of creating a less friendly environment, say, for the attachment of certain types of pathogenic bacteria. But cranberry is something, the research is abundant, and if we want to drink cranberry juice, what does it end up being? It's about 140 calories a cup.
Jeez. And those are sugar calories.
That's 35 grams of sugar.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the sugar is added because cranberry is just so bitter. And because cranberry doesn't taste like grapes. Cranberry, unfortunately, is very bitter. And cranberry juice, yes, you can get the benefits from good cranberry juice, but you're going to be consuming probably hundreds and hundreds of calories of sugar every day.
There we go. So again, I want to remind you, as you call in to order, if you get one of each in the same size. So if you get 2 of the 240s, depending on the size you get, if you get 2 240s, we're going to take another $20 off that purchase. So instead of it being $49 a bottle, it's coming out to $39 a bottle. If you go with the smallest size, you're going to get an extra $5 off if you order both. If you're going to get that second size, the 60 cap, we're going to take $7 off your order if you order both in that size. And then if you do the 120, we're going to take $12 off if you order both in that size. And because a lot of us love and take these products, you have to take a minute to go read the reviews. The cranberry benefits, the average review is 4.8 out of perfect 5. And when you read from the women who talk about the urinary tract benefits, and men too, the urinary tract benefits of taking this cranberry, it is unbelievable. Most of us just take it daily as just a way to just keep everything healthy in that area, and it really, truly does help. So if you deal with UTIs, you really want to try Andrew's Cranberry Benefits because it works. It's fantastic. And again, if you have a minute, go read. There's something like, gosh, there's 500 reviews. Of that, 438 are perfect 5. So people love that product. And then the cinnamon is another one that there's so many cool things to talk about with that cinnamon. I mean, if you want to keep your blood sugar levels within the normal ranges, there's so many great things to talk about. And again, look at the average review there is, what did we say? a 4.7 out of perfect 5-star also on the cinnamon. So it's a chance for you. And when we talk about the cinnamon, this is not the same as putting cinnamon on your toast in the morning. This is standardized cinnamon extract. This is high potency cinnamon that's going to really deliver some results that you notice.
It's standardized for the specific ingredient that's been identified as beneficial in terms of supporting the healthy blood sugar metabolism. What I was going to do, I haven't read any reviews yet for anything. So just read a couple of reviews. I grabbed some from cranberry at the top here, and then cinnamon after. So it's cranberry benefits. I truly love this product so far. I've just been using it for 2 short months and have not had a UTI since starting it. I was having problems often and the cranberry juice was not effective. Give it a try. I am my mom's caregiver, and her nurse told me to start her on the cranberry capsules to avoid so much sugar in cranberry juice. Plus, it helps prevent UTIs in elderly persons. Andrew Lessman's products are top quality and well worth the money. Working great. My mom told me about this product as I'm very prone to UTIs. I started taking these in November of last year, and so far they have worked great. I've not had any problems with recurrent UTIs since I started taking this product. My mom has been using Andrew Lessman's vitamins for years now, and she has me sold. I have since purchased her Essential One and his Essential One and liver antioxidants as well. Thank you for a great product that is working.
What's happening. We moms, my daughter-in-law, Christy, she is a huge now vitamin taker thanks to you and thanks to the fact that we moms, I mean, really, we are turning our daughters on and our sons on to, you know, a road to better health by educating them a little bit about Andrew's products. Well, it's great. I love hearing reviews
and even
like that.
Not just my products. We've known this for a long time at my company. I've been doing this for 38 years. But the most influential person in a household, in terms of healthy decisions, in terms of potentially consuming vitamins, it's not to be sexist. It's a good thing. It's the woman in the household. Women tend to have a more serious perspective and a greater focus on health than men. And so oftentimes it's up to the women in our lives to determine if we're going to be taking those first steps, those initial steps. And certainly with cranberry, it's not a drug or a medicine. All cranberry does is cranberry creates a healthy environment. And a healthy environment tends to be less likely to be prone to problems and issues. And that's what we read over and over in the reviews on this product. And this is not something that we discovered. The clinical science and research has been out there for decades. A lot of people don't think that much about weight loss and things in the beginning of the year. I think some of us don't because we sort of just survive the end of the year and we're still kind of reeling when we get to the beginning of the year. So I think many of us start thinking about, and judging from the commercials you see on TV for those companies that focus on that, I think weight loss becomes something that is more part of our consciousness. The weather gets better. It's easier to go outdoors and to exercise. We have less responsibilities than we might have at the beginning of the year where things can tend to still be a little crazy. So I think we tend to focus on weight loss. We tend to focus on those sorts of things. So what we have for our monthly special, and we could even have at the bottom of the screen there, we have our Ultimate Whey Protein. It's unlike any protein that you're going to find anywhere on the market. And then, of course, we have our energy and fat metabolism factors, which we'll talk about that, I think, this evening. We'll mention that. But the Ultimate Whey Protein, most people sort of have a love-hate relationship with protein. They know they need it. It's something that's part of their workout program. They put it in their smoothie. They might put it in their oatmeal or oat bran. But our whey protein is something that literally you can mix with water. You will not find it has no flavor. The only flavor it has a little bit of a dairy flavor. So if you're going to dehydrate milk, it would almost taste like this tastes. So it has a little dairy flavor. We add no sugar. We add no flavors. We add no other ingredients. So you're talking about a product here that is, and I have a chart that shows it's pretty amazing. I'm not aware of any other protein powders that can say this. It's 10 grams per, it's a small scoop, 10 grams. You can always take 2 scoops if that's what you want. But there's nothing else in there than protein. So if you look at this, there's no fat, there's no trans fat, there's no saturated fat, there's no cholesterol, there's no carbohydrate, there's no sugars, it's low sodium, there's no added soy, and most whey protein has added soy, oddly enough. They use it as sort of a solubilizing agent. No flavors, no sweeteners, no artificial ingredients.
Oh, wow.
So when you go down that list, it's unlike any protein product you're going to find. Whey protein concentrate. I wouldn't take whey protein concentrate. I don't want the sugar. I don't want the lactose. I don't want the carb. I don't want the fat. I don't want the cholesterol, the saturated fat. I don't want the cholesterol. I want a pure protein product. And I've heard commentary that there's some special cofactors present in whey protein concentrate that isn't present in whey protein isolate. I haven't seen a shred of research on that fact. So if you want the best source to get all the benefit of whey protein without some of the issues associated with dairy, because again, many people, we have reviews from folks who are lactose intolerant, who use our whey protein isolate because it's literally sugar-free. So there might be a trace of lactose in there, but it's literally 0 carb calories, 0 sugar calories. So I was just going to mix it up because that's about the most remarkable part of this product is typical protein products, whether it's whey protein or albumin or casein or soy protein, they really don't they don't mix well. You absolutely have to have a blender, and what you basically do is, I put 2 scoops in there. I don't care, I'll put more, but because I'm going to drink it. But you have to use a blender, and typically when you use a blender, what you're basically doing is you're mixing the protein up, and if you let that drink sit for a while, that protein immediately starts settling out. True. What's unique about our protein is just the fact that it's really, well, you can see already. I mean, what pure protein powder will do that?
Oh, that's pretty
That
amazing.
already mixes. And again,
wow.
This is something that we've worked on for years and years, and it's...
That's pretty incredible. I mean, anyone who's tried anyone else's protein powder, I mean, it does not mix like that. I can tell you that for a fact.
And,
wow.
I mean, it's just...
that's a jaw dropper. I mean, seriously.
But I mixed it for about probably 5 or 10 seconds at most.
Yeah.
And when I finish this glass, there won't be any residue at the bottom of the glass or anything. And again, there's no chunks or clumps when I'm drinking it. And you can see it. It's all in solution. It's...
Wow, wow, wow. Oh, boy. That's crazy. So remember, all you do is you pick your size of choice. We've got the 20, the 50, and the 100, which...
No, so I just downed, literally it was about 4 scoops of protein, so about 20 grams of protein. And all I did was mix it with water. I'm salivating from it. And all I did was mix it with water. And that's... I mean, you could put it in your blanket at home when we make smoothies and things with frozen berries, which we love to throw frozen... Because frozen berries and frozen vegetables, they're frozen like basically out in the fields and things, and we try to buy organic. But those frozen berries and frozen vegetables, they preserve their good nutrition.
They do.
The ones in the refrigerator, they always go bad on us. We always struggle with them. So when it comes to smoothies, it's great. You just throw in some frozen berries, throw in half a frozen banana, put as many scoops as you want in there. You can do different things. You can put almond butter in. And this has no flavor. It just has a dairy flavor to it. So there's no added flavor. You don't have to worry about allergies or sensitivities to those flavors or sweeteners or things like that. It mixes with everything. It mixes with a vegetable drink. It mixes with a fruit drink. It mixes with hot cereal. So you will fall in love with it. There's no protein powder like it in the world. Nothing like it at all.
Absolutely not. So you just pick your size of choice. Again, the 25, the 50, or the 100. And since we know most of you who are grabbing it do that 100, you actually get $10 off on your additional bottles. So it's a special bonus buy as well.
So on the large size, it's great pricing on this. This is something that even its HSN price, we've priced it.
Yeah.
This is a very, very expensive and unique formula.
No kidding.
The whey protein isolate we're talking about here is unlike any other protein supplement. It's also the most efficient source of protein, so you could use less of this protein to get the benefits you seek. And again, it mixes with anything. It's flexible. As you saw, I mixed 4 scoops in probably about 8 or 10 ounces of water. It mixed with a spoon in a few seconds, and you could just down it. And that's typically what I do. I like to do a little protein before and after a workout or a run, and that's where I derive the best benefits.
We are going to start with energy and fat metabolism. It is Andrew's monthly special. For anybody that's not yet met Andrew, he is a gentleman that founded a company that really broke down the walls and the barriers that everybody thought had to be. When Andrew said he wanted to create a vitamin that was pure and natural with none of the bad stuff, but only the good stuff. Nobody thought it was possible. He did it, and today, Andrew is quite simply not only one of our biggest brands, but our most beloved brands. Andrew, I am thrilled you're there. Happy New Year, sir. How are you?
Happy New Year, Adam. Happy 2018. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. It's all a bit of a blur from New Year's Eve to New Year's Day, but I'm thrilled that you could be on the show tonight to talk about some really important products, because, Andrew, year after year, there are those of us that we say this is the time, this is the year that we want to do healthier things, make healthier choices, and your 3 monthly specials certainly do help us. With energy and fat metabolism especially, that's going to be at the heart and soul of it.
And that's really the intent behind the monthly specials, that, you know, New Year's is not a magical time of year. It's a time of year where we start a new year. And to me, what makes it special is because so many of us view this time of year as the time where we can find some motivation, some inspiration, because as what I always say, there's no magical product. Right. The magic is all within ourselves. And when we make that choice, when we make that decision, that's when the magic can happen. So all I try to do is make products that will support those moments when they do arrive, when you do and can decide that you're going to make a difference in what you eat and what you do. And that's what energy and fat metabolism factors is all about. It's about supporting the changes, the decisions one might make in terms of diet, in terms of lifestyle, in terms of activity, so you get the maximum benefits. So if you're going to make that commitment, make those efforts, and inject some discipline into some challenging changes, that you get the payoff, that you get the results.
And to that end, Andrew, it is, I mean, I suppose to stay inspired and to stay motivated, energy is that key ingredient. I suppose without the energy, it's our weakness, isn't it?
Yeah, I often joke about the fact, and it's not necessarily a joke, but for me, the decisions when I'm tired or fatigued, working too much, if my sleep isn't as good as it has been, that's when I start making bad decisions about diet. That's when I start making compromises in terms of exercise. That it's not easy to always choose to do the right thing. And the moment we choose to, say, lose weight, the moment we choose to start a lifestyle that's a healthier lifestyle, we often tend to be our worst critic, and we tend to give ourselves a difficult time when we might make a bad decision. And I think when we have adequate energy, we tend to make better decisions. We just tend to have better discipline, that we don't tend to get worn down as easily. Our lives are difficult, they're challenging, and I think to the extent we have adequate energy, we tend to make better decisions. And most of the time, we look at products on the market that are about more energy, and they're not healthy products. They're products that are all about short-term energy and not about supporting healthy sources of energy. And this product is designed to give you all the nutrients for energy, also to provide the raw materials necessary for fat-burning metabolism, which, of course, is energy metabolism, because fat, as much as we might not like it and we want it to be gone, fat is the most, how would you say it, sort of in terms of fuel for our car, it's the highest octane source of fuel on our body. Unfortunately, the biochemistry involved with accessing it and burning it is a biochemistry that, unless you ask your body consistently to engage in it, it's not something we readily do. And that's what this product is designed to do, is to help us jumpstart that fat-burning metabolism.
And with that in mind, I'll read a couple reviews, Andrew, if you don't mind, because this is... I looked, there's 900 five-star reviews out of 1,300. I mean, it's a majority of folks giving this just perfect rating. Here's what a couple folks had to say. Yes, yes, yes. I will never be without these capsules. They're the only way I can get through the day. I guess I am an energy and fat metabolism factors junkie now. They give me energy without nervousness or jitters, keep me in a good mood, and help me concentrate and perform better at work. If you are on the fence, jump off. You won't regret it. I'll do one more. Energy Boom. I love this product. I take 2 capsules with a few strawberries prior to my workout, and they power me through it. I don't take any more than 2 a day since it does have a small amount of caffeine, and I'd rather have coffee later in the day. No shakes, no crashing, and hunger is less. Energy is awesome. Thank you, Andrew. And Andrew, I think that does speak, as you just said, there are a lot of energy products out there, but this one really is surely one of the best out there. Plus, the pricing is astonishing.
And the way we put this product together, originally we had a product called Urgent Energy almost 30 years ago, a product called Fat Burning Factors over 30 years ago. Energy and fat metabolism factors is a combination of those two products.
Right.
And it's basically at the price of one of those products, so it's extremely affordable. The review you just read mentioned caffeine. I'm someone who, if I want to sleep at night, I can never have caffeine during the day from coffee. But I have no trouble with caffeine from green tea. And we take advantage of the fact that green tea tends to affect most people in a very subtle fashion. It contains something called theanine, so it tends to be sort of an uplifting but relaxing way to deliver energy. And that's why we only use green tea, extracts of green tea, and extracts of guarana as a source of caffeine. Most products contain synthetic caffeine. Most products contain caffeine from coffee. We do not do that specifically because we want this product to not be uncomfortable for anyone.
So let's talk about bones and skeleton. Where would we be without them, Andrew?
Well, it's very funny. Most of us, when we think of bones and skeleton, we immediately think of calcium, magnesium. Yes, absolutely critically important. But regardless of whether you're getting calcium from a supplement, which my calcium intensive care or calcium magnesium intensive care, or whether you're getting all the calcium you need from your diet, there is an ingredient that is absolutely essential to how your body manages calcium. And mind you, as we get older, calcification becomes an issue, whether it's calcification of our arteries, whether it's calcifications of other soft tissues in our body. It's an undesirable process. Vitamin K2 MK7 is something that is specifically designed and intended to manage calcium in your body such that the calcium stays where it's supposed to stay. It stays in your bones because it stimulates the process in your bones for retention and maintenance of that calcium. And it also ensures that, I say it acts like a traffic cop, it ensures that that calcium doesn't go where it's not supposed to go. So it gets directed to where it's supposed to stay, and it gets directed away from where it's not supposed to go. And there's research just on vitamin K2 MK7 showing that those taking vitamin K27 retain more flexible and resilient arteries. And again, because less flexible and resilient arteries are usually partly as a result of calcification as we get older. So I view vitamin K2 MK7, it's something I've talked about for about a decade. It's starting to get, just sort of as I talked about CoQ10 for a decade or so before there was any real groundswell of other interest. It's started to get interest and picked up. When I first started talking about it, you couldn't find it in a health food store. You couldn't find it in a supermarket or a big box store. It's starting to show up there. I really hope it does, because this is one of those products, regardless of whether you get mine, vitamin K2 MK7. Remember that, K2 MK7. It's something you absolutely, positively don't want to be without.
Andrew, what is, on all the vitamins that we're doing, do they all have a standard shelf life? Do I need to refrigerate any of them?
Every bottle of vitamins we make has a best buy date on it. If it's after that date, they don't become harmful. These are not things that are going to be toxic or harmful. It just will gradually start losing potency. On a product like this, I believe this is at least a 2-year potency.
Oh, great.
So, and again, if you look at the size at 360 capsules, at 1 capsule a day, it will last about a year. And again, because we don't offer products that are a year old, you're getting the benefit of the entire expiration period. So my products are not going, unless you stop using them, they're not going to go bad at your house. And they don't go bad, they just gradually lose potency after that expiration period. But in most cases, they're between 2 and 3 years.
And you can see that, I just noticed it is indeed on the bottom of the bottle, you can see it, the best buy date. So feel good about the items that you're purchasing from Andrew, because there is something to be said about knowing it's just been made or it's recently been made. You know, Andrew, you've in some ways cut out that middleman, haven't you? Because you deliver direct.
Well, there is no middleman. I make the product, and it's available at HSN, and I really don't look at myself as being a vendor or an on-air guest at HSN. I look at myself as being part of HSN, and I've always looked at it that way for the last 20 plus years. So essentially, you're getting these products manufactured direct. I mean, you are in the facility. This bottle I'm looking at here, this bottle was filled on that packaging line directly behind me. I was just looking at the expiration date on here. So this is a product this product was made 2 months ago, and this product will expire in 2020. So this is a product that has a 3-year expiration date, but as you can see, everything is again freshly made, and we date that not from the time it was put in the bottle, but from the time we make the capsule.
Yeah.
So it's something that, and these are soft gel capsules, very small, easy to swallow. You only need, this is our 100 microgram. We have a 50, a 100, and a 200. This is 100 microgram. I'd say the daily dose should be between 100 and 200. 100 is fine, 200 is great. Either works, and it's again one of those ingredients you hopefully will learn more about